Hello everybody, Neil here from the Four Corners, and welcome to a video looking at 9 prototype Ninjago sets. Now obviously making a official Ninjago set is no easy task. There's so much that goes into it. First you have to decide which sets appeal to the smaller price ranges, and some of the sets have to appeal to the higher price ranges. And there's also color schemes and how it interacts with the story to think about. So in the process, a lot of designs are changed a lot drastically, and some designs are actually scrapped because they just don't fit in the set budget that Ninjago has. And through all this, we usually don't get the prototypes revealed, but today we actually have 9 of those. Now I got these images from the Ninjago Discord, and they didn't really mention that it came from anywhere else on Twitter or something like that. And so far, I'm not really sure who it came from. So once I find that out, I'll make sure I credit that person in the description below, and you can go ahead and check them out. So with that being said, let's get right into the video. First off, we have Kai's fire bike, and it seems like a prototype for the Season 6 bike he had. That one wasn't really everyone's favorite, and this looks like a steampunk version of that. It has so much exhaust pipes in the back, and it has that classic fire graphic art that they used to use, and nowadays it's a little bit more cartoony and more stylized to Kai's more happy personality nowadays. Next up, we have a quad for Cole, or this might be a early rock rotor since these images go from 2015 to 2017, which means that Day of the Departed was in the middle. So this could be a early version of the rock rotor. And it looks like it might have had suspension. I'm not really sure about that. Again, it's very steampunk, almost like a car from Mad Max Fury Road or something like that. It's so crazy looking. But I'm pretty happy we got the rock rotor instead. It was still very rough and tough, but at the same time it had more of a sleek ninja look to it. Also, this was around the time Cole was getting a new color scheme, like more orange to his colors, and it's weird that they chose light blue missiles on the back. Pretty odd. And then we have some Season 5 Possession prototypes. This looks like a ghost hover hunter or something like that. It looks like it's supposed to hover. I really like the shape they made with the main face. It looks very scary looking. And nowadays they don't really do that much bad guy armory vehicles. It's usually the main ninja stuff, and then the bad guy gets a layer and a dragon or something like that. But back then we used to get things like ghost cycles, skull trucks. There was so much variety back then. And it looks like this could have been added if Ninjago had more set budget. After that, we have a Season 7 prototype. And so this is the Dawn of Iron Doom, and it's pretty clear at this point that Hands of Time originally, they knew it was about snakes, but they didn't really realize they could make snakes red. They always had the notion that snakes had to be green, so that's why the Dawn of Iron Doom has to be green here. And I'm not even sure if it can time travel. It just has those green blades in the middle, but it looks like they might have kept the vermilion design. They just switched from green to the red color concept. So this thing is still made up of a dozen tiny slimy snakes, but they're just different colors. After that, we have another ghost hunter vehicle. I really like the wings here. It's a pretty odd shape, and I can see why they didn't really make this. I would much rather get a Moro dragon or Final Flight of the Destiny's Bounty around the Season 5 time instead of a random thing like this, unless the alternate ghost vehicle was a bike or a chopper bike like the set we actually got. So this definitely doesn't appeal too much, and I can see why they scrapped this idea. After that, there's this vermilion spider thing. And I'm kind of confused here because the vermilion are snakes, right? And the snakes have a spider vehicle. So like, kind of mind blown over there. But I think this one might have gotten replaced for the Vermilion Invader, which was another odd vehicle, but at least it made sense for snakes. And it looked like Kai could have came in this set. Kai actually in the Season 7 wave, he came in the Dragon's 4 set, which was one of the most expensive sets, and also the tiniest ones, which was only with his hairpiece. So Kai could have came in a mid-sized set, but too bad this never came out. Although the concept is still pretty confusing. Spider Snake Mech. What would it even be called? I know I'm dragging this on, but I just find it hilarious. After that, there is another hover ghost hunter thing, and that's a lot like some of the designs we looked at before. And I'm starting to think that all three of the hover ghost hunter things were all part of the same set, and these are just designs as the thing evolved. So I'm guessing this one was the first draft, this one was the second draft, and maybe this one is the third draft because it looks very playable. I'm still not a huge fan of it. Again, if I saw it on shelves, it's not like I would really buy it. There's so much other good sets out there, especially since Season 5 was such a great wave. But I do like the very creepy look. It's pretty scary looking. And almost reaching the end, we have actually a very cool prototype. This is Moros Dragon, and the dragon has 2 heads, which first of all hasn't really been done much. The Ultra Dragon has 4 heads, but 2 heads isn't something we've seen, and 2 heads is pretty cool to see. The heads are covered by this creepy cloth-like material, and they look like hound dogs, like they would smell something and go after the ninja, and also some other type of scary monster that I'm not able to really put my finger on the name, but it definitely does look familiar to a very popular type of monster, and this is pretty cool. If this thing had wings, I think it would be perfect. That would be awesome. And finally, coming over to the 9th prototype build, we actually have one of the largest ones, and this is a Ghostified Destiny's Bounty. So from a top view, a lot of people can definitely mistake this for a bush. It looks like leaves are piling on top of each other all the way until the end. But I really like how they were able to mash everything up, and it looks like a very broken boat, but at the same time it's still functioning. There's light green oars on the side, 2 cannons, and my best bet is this one got replaced for the final flight of the Destiny's Bounty set, which was also a pretty phenomenal set with an amazing feature. But honestly, while the Destiny's Bounty did play a huge role in Season 5, I feel like this would have been so much cooler to see, and it's not really that hard to incorporate in the story either. Maybe Mora could have accidentally ghostified the Destiny's Bounty, and the bounty is still in the ninja's control. It just looks like this now. So yeah, with this last ghost bounty, that is all for all the prototypes we have to talk about today. Comment down below which one was your favorite. I think my favorite was the Moro dragon with the hooded heads at the front. It's something about the 2 heads and also the creepy mask over those heads that definitely attract me. But I can definitely see the ghost bounty being a lot of people's favorite. Thank you for watching a Ninjago prototype set video, and as usual, I'll see you in the next one. Bye!